Real talk, no one asked for it, but you know you want
Welcome
it.
back, Tings.
All right, welcome back, Tings, to another episode. And first off, I want to acknowledge some new changes that we got going on in the studio today. Shout out to Insom for upgrading us. As you can see, the prices yesterday are not the prices today, is all I'm going to say. So that being said,
We're ever evolving. So, unfortunately, today, Benelli couldn't join us, but we do have a special guest. We have the Little Mermaid. Under the sea. Carol G, right? What? Oh, yeah, Carol G. All right.
yeah, right.
That's more like, yeah. She got the Carol G vibes.
But the real superstar that we got, our special guest today, we got Nyah'Zo in the building.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm super excited to be here.
Of course. And thank you for being here with us.
I've been waiting. Invitation.
Naya, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am 25 years old. I'm from Long Island, born and raised, and music is my burning desire. So we're here today. I look forward to seeing, where you guys go with this. I remember seeing where you guys first started, and now we're here. So
I know the growth.
yeah, I've been literally watching Ember's
Yeah.
Wow.
Supporter.
Wait, what year did you guys start this?
2021.
Oh wow.
So
The idea was stirring for a while, though. Yeah.
oh
We
yeah.
wanted to be on a show.
Time though.
Yeah. COVID. COVID times. That's what made us actually say, all right, let's do this.
All right. So as Naya said, she is a musician and an artist. So we want to speak a little bit about that and get pick her brain a little bit on, the music industry, what she may have coming up. So let's start off first with, how did you find your love for music, Naya?
You guys might laugh, but when I was younger, I actually used to perform in my living room for my mom. I had this 10, I remember, and I used to dress up as Britney Spears. Peace. Brits after. Really. This was during hit me baby one more time, the Stay Girl outfit. Okay, so I was dressed up, and I don't even know if it was her exact outfits or whatever, but
Yeah.
I had this big tent, and I used to go in and perform song after song and do outfit change after outfit change. And I guess what I could really say is music has just been in me forever. And I really started getting into it probably. I was sang throughout school, but high school, I really started doing jazz choir and finding my love and listening to my ear, and fully understanding what music is about, not just hearing it.
That's cool.
Is there a specific genre that really set, I don't know, you set your heart on when you started?
So originally, I started off with R&B soul, and that's mainly my my niche. But
Okay.
I try to be limitless because I believe as a creator, I'm not supposed to be put in a box. And I feel that's really what genres do. They essentially put you in this realm that you have to stay in and create in. But I believe as a creative, even as a painter or anything, there's no set limits to art. So
You gotta be versatile.
yeah,
I love that.
that's the beauty.
Yeah.
Because it's just
Yeah.
kind of there's no limit to what you can create. That's the power of creating, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely. You can create anything, any invention, any song, any dance move, and
Yeah,
it can literally become a trend overnight.
that's so true. Because if you think about it, artists, for example, Bad Bunny, he had a very specific kind of I guess style when he first started creating music. And then I forgot which album it was, but he had an album where it was very different. Everyone's like, do we like it? Yeah, I think it's that one. Y'all look at me la gana. Yeah, right. So it was very different from what we were used to. Yeah.
Any childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super different to what I guess we were all used to. And I think it took a little bit for everyone to be
Wow, we love this.
yeah, this is really good. And it's that just shows that it's really in the creator. You can be so versatile and take over anything. And it's yeah, I did that.
I think it's a really good point too, because you mentioned it took a while to become adjusted to something new, and especially in an industry where all eyes are on you, at all points of the time, when you're front center stage, the main question that goes through a lot of people's heads is is everybody gonna like this? But essentially where the true art comes from is when you sit down and you're I like this. It's coming from inside, and eventually, you know, somebody's gonna like it. Somebody's gonna look at it at your craft. You know, absolutely. And I'm so big on that because there's been so many conversations throughout my time of, you know, taking my music as an original point and, you know, original standpoint of my music. And people have been like, you know, you have to do what the people love. You have to do what the people want. But really, do I?
No.
Do I have to do what you want?
Yeah.
Or do I have to do what I feel? Because that's when it's going to be the most pure.
You know what it is?
It's your own trail.
Yeah, exactly that.
I love that.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, like seriously though, like when the artist just has such passion in what they're doing and what they're putting out there, that's what it is.
Mhm.
That's what it is because their heart and soul is going into it.
You can feel the fire in their passion, in their soul as the listener.
Yes.
That's what connects you to it.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's what I guess like it's I don't know, it's what makes it sexy, you know? That's what it is. And like that's why everybody is like, you know what? That's different. I wasn't expecting that, but I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah. But yeah.
So would you say that you have like a muse that inspires you when it comes to like, yeah?
Can we share?
Yeah, of course. I actually started off in my early days, Etta James. I don't know if you ladies know who she is. She's like that sings, "At last, my love has come around."
Yeah.
Okay. So she just is the powerhouse.
I'm just like thrown off.
I was gonna say, can we pause? Because like I love when you just start answering and sing in like vocals and singing.
I do it too. But I sound good. You hear that ring on? Yeah. So Etta James, I could definitely say. Amy Winehouse.
Oh,
The
she was a queen.
passion and ability for her to just fill a room with her vocals is something that anybody that I'm about to mention is that their powerful impact just by opening their mouth and letting what is instilled in them like come out, right? Like
There's just like a strong presence about them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
you can fill a room with the presence.
Yes.
And people feel that, you know, and like the room can be dead silence and they would sing and it's just like everything stops.
Yeah.
Time, worlds, everything, you know? So Etta James, Amy Winehouse, and in terms of what I was saying before, like being limitless, Beyonce, I know it sounds a little bit cliche, but not for the reason everybody else thinks, like not just because she's Beyonce, like because of what she's done, one, as a woman in the industry, two, just as a human being, like she's defied all odds. Personally, I like to consider her a legend because of the amount of generational evolutionary periods that she has made it through. I mean, she started off with Destiny's Child as a kid.
Yeah.
And when you really look into her story, I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but her dad used to push her. He was like a very heavy influence in her life to perform and become the woman and the performer that she is. And she's always kept up with it, always stayed on top, and nobody ever comes close to her. And she's touched almost every single realm and genre of music. And that is a woman that I believe shows the true power of not only being a woman, but being a woman with the power of creativity within you, you know?
Yeah.
No, she's definitely like a powerhouse like artist, especially performing and also like being able to shake your head. And that's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, I could never. She got legs for days too. They're basically those knees.
Wait, but did anybody see the video where she fell down the stairs and then she still got back up like nothing happened and was performing?
The video where her hair got stuck in the fan and she still hit them notes?
Yes. No.
No, I didn't.
That's Bill Yates right there.
I would be like, ah!
And she was still singing. I'm like,
She was still on tune. Like,
Yeah.
that
takes talent. More than skill.
man.
Yeah.
one more. That just came to me just now, but Janae Aiko, because
Love her.
Aiko.
I never know how to say it either. I'm gonna be very honest. I get so scared to say it because I'm like, I'm waiting for someone to like
For the
someone to troll me first.
Want to know the correct, but
For the longest time, I thought her first name was Jeannie, and then I was like,
Yeah,
that was really mad. I'm so sorry. Go. See, the inner Spanish in me came out. Jeannie. No, Janae.
But yeah, I honor
Sorry.
her ability to not only care about what she puts out into the world, but care about what she also puts into herself.
Yes.
She's super spiritual.
Oh, love it. And that is something that I can say, like, I'm beginning my journey, my spiritual journey of trying to reach like the highest version of myself. And with that being said, I believe that she's such a beautiful inspiration in that matter, because it's like she really practices what she preaches, and she really tries to tune into herself, and you see that reflected through her art.
Right.
And I think that's important, because a lot of the time, like I said, people make what you want, but it's often not too often that you're able to see who the person is through their music. And I think that's really honorable. So
Yes.
women, there's definitely some men too, but those women really have an impact of.
Now, those were solid choices.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
So now, since we're talking about the females in the business and the industry, oftentimes there's a lot of, I guess, like that box that you were telling me about, right? Women tend to be placed into a bit of a box, right? And they're expected to look a certain way, act a certain way,
I think that even goes for men too. It's like a really high standard.
Yeah, men too. But I feel like I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, sometimes women are held to a higher standard in that essence.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel like you're held that way with your music, and like, do you feel like you have to conform?
Straight answer, yes.
Interesting detail.
Yeah, definitely. It's a difficult process, because when you look at a successful woman, majority of the time, people tend to look at what she looks like on the outside. Is she standing in front of the camera with makeup, lashes, hair done, fancy clothes, constantly picture perfect, constantly ready. But the truth is that no matter what our gender is, no matter who we are, we're all people, right? And I feel like that gets lost a lot of the time, and especially in professionalism, because it's like such a high standard is kept. Even when it comes down to wearing makeup, me personally, like every time everybody sees me, I'm constantly, dressed up, have my hair and makeup done. It is what it is. But one day you're going to catch me and I'm going to have my hoodie up with my bun in and my sweats on, and it is what it is. Like, I'm still the same person. I still create the same. It's just more so of like, I feel as if there needs to be more freedom within it, because not only does it come with what I'm creating, but I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Yeah, you are.
Beautiful. Like, we're all beautiful. And I feel like it shouldn't be determined by whether I'm wearing a face of makeup or how I'm wearing a dress and some high heels. Like, I could wear sneakers and some sweatpants and still be a baddie. A bad little ting.
Yeah. So now what about like a particular style per se? Like there's, I don't know, like the very feminine, like girly look. And then there's artists who've like, I feel like are really breaking away from that. For example, like Billie Eilish, like she performs and she's just like full blown, like, I don't care. I'm in sweats and whatever makes me comfortable, oversized shirts. Yes. Very grungy.
Changing now. Like,
Yeah.
it's becoming more accepting, but I'm not sure.
No,
And
that's how it is.
And even like Lady Gaga, like she like really like Madonna, like they break that like conformity, I guess, and they're like, yeah, I'm different,
I love that.
breaking
Breaking the conformity is really the key, because it's like, it is true. Being a woman doesn't just mean wearing heels and makeup. Being a woman is embracing all of you. Being a woman is embracing, like I said, like, yeah, I could rock it in kicks and show up to the club with a dress on, and I'm still kicking it. Like, but I personally, I like to be very fluid within myself. I like to display that feminine side of myself sometimes, but I also like to display like more of the masculine side of myself as well. It doesn't mean I'm a man, but I'll wear men's clothes.
I love men's clothes. I still my boyfriend's clothes. Yeah.
Like, hey, it smells good.
It does. I feel like I'm very girly in that bag. I'm like mixing it up between like the super tight girly, but then I'm like oversized, like at the same time. It's like,
I like being comfy.
I'm
super girly, but I love being comfy.
I'm so girly.
I'm actually in the midst of the two. So girly. I'll definitely kick in a big hoodie and some sweatpants and say,
I'm going that way right now. Like, I'm changing slowly.
it's good.
It's a sweatpants.
You're gonna love it and you're never gonna go back.
Oh, I almost never wear jeans unless I'm going out now. But like I'm always in like some tight like leggings or something.
Yeah, jeans are like for like the really on occasion.
Yeah.
No,
Bar night.
What's like your go-to like I guess, outfit with maybe performing? Like, what's your style?
Ooh, okay. Well, like I said, it's kind of when I was younger, I did not have very much style.
I don't think any of us did, because I look back at my photos and I'm like, oh no, child.
You see those reels of it like out like that? Literally. It's like throwback to like 2005 when you're getting ready to go to the club or whatever, and like they're like getting ready and they're like all orange or like going to school or like with like the t-shirt and then like the too cute. What is it? Is it too cute, right?
The too cute. The Charlotte Russe dresses and shit.
With the low jeans and the bells. Oh. With the Chinese sandals, the little flip.
Oh, you throwing it way back.
My favorite.
I had every.
What we're going.
Dude, we used to get them from, I don't even know, like the market, like where was it? The flea market?
The flea market.
Dude, flea markets are gone now that I think of it.
Yeah.
I used to shop at flea markets a lot.
They're starting to pop up at like thrift stores though. So
The Chinese sandals?
no.
We really
Oh,
wear them
flea
sandals so
market.
fast.
Yeah, never mind.
Right, oh, there's somebody else crossy toes even.
I'm so boring.
Yo, but in regards to my style, let's see. Like I said, I'm very fluid with it. Especially now that I'm coming into myself more. My self-exploration journey, man, is just beginning, but I definitely can say I'm finding my style within it. I'm exploring more. I like to experiment a lot, because I never know what I'm gonna like or what I'm gonna look good in. Yeah, I just know what I've worn, but you only know what you know. I want to become what I learn, So, with that being said, I think it also depends on where I'm performing.
Really, it's
The event, the occasion.
and your audience.
Because like recently I just performed January 21st. I performed at Chops out in Patchogue.
Okay.
I wore some leather pants with a leather like red corset and some high heels. It depends. But like if I was performing in a cafe, I would probably wear some jeans and maybe like a nice stylish hoodie or some sneakers, You gotta dress to the occasion, I guess,
Okay, say this is your first big concert. Like, what's your style?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm bringing all the outfits. I actually, in the other room, I have a laundry basket.
She really does.
Starting now.
Okay. All right, fun fact. One time we were recording and in between like episodes and stuff, I had to do laundry. So I kept running across the street to go do my laundry. In between episodes, I literally the laundry's across the street. The laundromat's across the street.
You remember her blonde?
Yeah, so wait, Amber's getting ready and she looks over at the couch. She goes, "Did you bring your laundry again?"
I thought that she did. I was like, "You're doing laundry again?"
I'm like,
No, that's Nyah'Z.
I never know what's going to fit the mood. So I just bring everything I know I'm going to look good in and I say, what's up?
It's like when you overpack for a vacation, you've got like 7 or 8 different shirts.
20 underwears and bras.
and you're only there for.
Yes. And you're only there for 5 days. And it's like, why so much? It's like, I got to see what I feel the day of. Mix and match.
You know what I started doing now? I started laying out all my outfits before I pack and I decide what I can mix match.
Yes.
This way I don't overpile. Yeah, because it's just kind of like, I try to bring 2 outfits for the day because, when you're on vacation, you got your day out.
Yeah.
Just the end of it.
Yeah.
It's a night outfit. Sometimes you just kicking it at the pool.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're going out to dinner. Sometimes you go to the club. You never know. So you got to be prepared. That sounds like. You're not doing one day, maybe. You're living it up.
But Nelly last week was one day.
Yeah, but Nelly was just on vacation.
Dinner, club, pajamas.
Yeah.
So then your chill outfit. Yes, right.
Wait, what was the question?
What's your style for your first ever like big concert? What's your style? Where are we buying at?
I'm definitely bringing the whole closet. That's something. Ooh, it's a little hard too.
Would you say like you're like colorful, or it would be like mostly like black?
Because I don't know if you'd believe it, but my whole closet is color coordinated.
Really?
I used to do that in high
I could never. I could never. Like Roy G. Biv.
What did you say? Usually starting with pink. Thank you, Victoria's Secret.
All right, so hold on. I just thought of like a solid question. Do you think the song prompts an outfit or a style?
Yes, 100%.
Right?
If I'm singing like a rock star, I'm not showing up in a dress unless that's what I'm trying to portray in the video. But it depends on the concept. Like you said, that's a really good one. That was a really good one because
The noggin, it works.
it's just some moves. Like for upcoming video, you guys are gonna see it pretty soon, but I'm gonna be a sexy intergalactic alien. Am I gonna be wearing unique clothes? My skin baby, painted. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That's exciting.
Yeah. Everybody look out. I'm coming to different planets.
Oh man, she's out of this world. Like,
So I think we found her style.
I think we found it. Let me say something. Since you asked me about my style, I definitely can say that every time I step in front of the camera, I plan and try to make every shoot better than the last one. And my goal is to be so outlandish at times that people are watching and they're like, "What is this?" But I can't look away because she's so freaking sexy.
Oh, just like what's her name? Oh, she just blew up. Dumbo. Tokisha. Oh, yo. There's a video where she's like legit like intergalactic stuff, right? Isn't there?
I mean, look,
I'm pretty sure.
Doja Cat.
Yes,
Doja Cat's another.
Doja Cat too, yo.
Doja-
But
I mean,
Tokisha's crazy with her like
Like-
style.
when you look at these things that are happening and like you see these things, it's almost kind of like, why am I so visually attracted and stimulated by this? I want to watch it, but I think that's the point, you know, and it really adds to it. So shout out Inside Media for shooting all my videos and constantly bringing my dreams to life. You already know what's up. But yeah, definitely, yeah, song definitely influenced
Cause, oh,
big time.
I got another question. So we're speaking on like Beyonce and stuff like that, but do you feel like you have like an alter ego as Nyah'Zo? Like, is there like a persona that comes out?
Not so much in the sense of like I turn into somebody else, but like I can say that I am my freest version of myself when I am in the studio, when I am stepping on stage. It's kind of like I'm unlocked. Like
Like an unlocked character comes out?
yes, like
Wow.
like a woman that is not able to display herself fully in a 9 to 5 revolved world, but like when I'm in my element, it's mine. It's my world, you know, like, and that's really what it feels like when you're on stage. I mean, I don't know what you guys really love to do outside of this, you know, like personally, but is there ever a time that you get to be on stage or like your stage, whatever your stage is for what you do? Like, I hope you get to experience that feeling because when I tell you like it's like fully unlocked, like my soul is like, and it's just there, and I'm like, this is my existence, you know, like this is my existence. That's really what it feels like when you're on stage. It's like every time I perform, everything disappears, and it's like when I'm done performing, I'm like, I did that. Like, I just did that.
No. So would you name her anything? Or are you just like, nah, it's just Naya.
Nyah'Zo. It's just Nyah'Zo.
This is her. She is she. She is me.
So your name is Naya. Where did Zo come from? Nyah'Zo.
My name is actually not Nyah'Zo.
Oh, it's not.
But
I thought your name was Naya. Oh my god. Yo, I didn't even know that.
but Nyah'Zo is my artist name.
There you go. That's what I meant.
My birth name is beautiful, is so Italian and way too long. If somebody sold me a ticket with my birth name, I would leave before I bought the ticket because my name is too long. It's just longer than the concert.
It makes me think of like the Zack and Cody.
Nyah'Zo is your alter ego.
Yeah, so Nyah'Zo is where I reside in my freedom. But what I can say is that I picked a name a long time ago, and it actually means life purpose. And I found that out after I picked it.
Wow,
It's like your calling. Yeah, it was like, you know, Naya came up, Zo came up, and I was like, you know, should I do Naya Rose, Naya Marie, blah, blah, blah. Like, because it's not my actual name, you know, and like, I was like, should I include some of my last name? And it's funny, Zo actually includes some of my last name. Naya includes the first letter of my first name. And yeah, I found out it meant life purpose, and I was like, wow, that's even more,
that's so like dope.
it strikes me even more. And I'm a rainbow baby. I wasn't supposed to be born technically, and rainbow babies
I was gonna say what is baby?
they come after a time of misfortune of people not being able to have babies, or you know, it's not really in their plans, you know, physically, I guess, or spiritually, but regardless, so I was born, I looked it up, and I'm like, you know, what's the meaning? And often rainbow babies are often like destined for more, and I constantly feel as if something is pulling me towards more of where I am now. I mean, that's why I continue to move and go and create is because something deeper is driving me. It's not like I'm just waking up and I'm like, I want to write a song. Like,
No.
it's pulling me. It's spilling out of me, you know?
Beautiful. Yeah.
And
I love that.
I hope everybody that has a passion and like is driven by something really feels that. Like, that's how you know your soul's going in the correct direction.
Yeah.
When you're just sitting there doing what you love and it's just pouring out of you, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's pouring out of you like you don't have a choice. And I love that.
Yeah, I can really see like the passion. I can see the passion. Like when you talk about it, it's actually really like a beautiful thing to witness.
Thank you. Sometimes, like, you know, like when I'm in the studio, like sometimes people don't really understand the creative process. And like oftentimes, sometimes like expect me to move like a robot and just like pump and pump and pump and pump and pump. But it's like through my creation, I'm not just writing about like, you know, the scarecrow on somebody's front lawn. Like, you know, either I'm writing about experience or I'm writing about something that I can imagine or something that, you know, it's just I want or something, you know, but I have to be able to experience life as well. I have to be able to feel it.
Yeah.
I always say like if I'm in the studio and I'm writing and I can't just write something that I don't connect with. I can, but I can sell it. But when I'm on stage, you're gonna see that I'm not fully in it. Yeah. I can act, of course, but you can tell, like you said, when somebody has true driven passion for something, like you can feel it.
Yeah, I was just saying, you definitely feel it.
And just started crying because somebody's either like doing a spoken word or somebody's singing, or you're at a concert singing you a song.
Yeah.
Like I've cried with, or even dancing, like somebody dancing, and you're like, I feel you, like,
Your energy.
and you're not even touching me. Like I feel what you're feeling, you know, and that's something incredibly powerful. I mean, how often can you really put yourself in somebody else's shoes without trying to,
Right.
you know?
What exactly is your creative process? Like, how do your songs come about? Like, I feel like it's not like you just sit down and you're like, all right, I'm gonna write a song. Like, let me
I was
just.
gonna say you write your songs.
Yeah, I write on my music.
Do you start off with the beat?
That's what I was just gonna ask. Yeah.
Well, everybody's different. Me personally, I like to start with my beat, although there's some times where I'll write my lyrics first. I actually started off with poetry. And I wasn't really too good at it. I wrote one of my first songs when I was in school. I think I was in junior high school. It was about like snowflakes. I was in the shower. I used to have the VO Fox shampoo. It used to be called Peaches and Cream.
Oh my God.
Say like peaches and cream. No one stop me. And that was my song. Like, hair, like
That's so funny.
I told anybody that. But there you go. Yeah, I mean, it just comes differently. You know, sometimes I hear the song first and I'm like, oh my God, this beat is incredible. The words just start pouring out of me like it was already written.
This beat is automatic, supersonic, hypnotic, funky, fresh.
And then other times, like I said, I'll write the lyrics first and then I'll hear a beat and I'll be like, all right, this is it. Or like I said, sometimes I'll go a day, 2 days without finding anything that I like. Because right now I don't have a producer. Producers hit me out. I don't have a particular producer that like sits down and is like, yo, nah, I made this beat for you. Like, you know, I just don't have it like that yet.
Yeah.
I would love to, so manifesting. But as of right now, I go off of YouTube and it's a lot, you know. It also depends how I'm feeling that day.
Fun.
If I'm feeling like I'm a rocker, I'm gonna go for some like alternative indie rock, maybe something else like chill vibe, or if I'm feeling more vulnerable that day.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Something that I've ran into like while creating is trouble expressing my vulnerability. Because if you
Talk about it.
yeah, I mean, how often are you sitting down talking to your friends about things that are close to your heart? They'll think about me creating a song and releasing it to the world.
Wow. Yeah.
And talking about something that could even make me emotional or makes me so exuberant or makes me so excited. But sharing that at that point in time is putting myself completely rawly out there.
Yeah.
You know? And
That's big. It takes a lot of courage, for sure.
like I said, I stopped writing songs completely and went back to the months later, like, all right, now I'm ready.
Do you do anything to like break through that or work through that, or it kind of just happens?
Sometimes it takes time for me. Sometimes I have to just lock it out and say, you're not ready for this yet. Let's do something else, you know? And that's just something I've learned to accept along the process, because you can't force it. You literally force it.
Right.
Now, if she that is through, or it's like, yo, let's just throw this podcast together, you'd be like,
Yeah.
but you gotta face that. Even mad
We're not doing that.
You know what's funny now that you mentioned that though? We do have like a couple of questions that we have in mind, but throughout the podcast, like just stuff pops in our heads and then like we completely divert from that. And it's like I think we did that completely today. Yeah, but I think about it.
Yeah.
We were talking about vacation and packing.
Yeah.
Talked about peaches and cream peaches. Like, used to ask my hair in the shower.
Yep.
But yeah, that's like it's the genuine, genuine conversation that we're having. So it's like it's great to like derail from like what the outline is, and
It creates a more natural environment.
Mm-hmm.
A plan works, but a plan works only to a certain extent because you cannot plan for external. Right. You can plan for external things, but you don't know exactly what's going to happen outside of yourself.
Yeah, of course. So switching the topic over just real quick. So you guys know what's going on with Bad Bunny right now, right? He's getting sued by his ex-girlfriend for what is it, 40 million? 40 million for what is it that I don't even know what she says. What does she say?
apparently he basically used her voice in like two hooks actually of two of his songs.
You know what they are? I honestly didn't look into it, but I heard about it.
Into it, but I just know that her vocals are being used.
Yeah.
So, but who exactly is his ex-girlfriend? Because I know
I have no idea.
if it's her, is it her?
I think it is.
It has to be. That's the only one he's ever been.
Like 2017, right?
The song.
Yeah, but weren't they just together though?
No, they're definitely broken up now because now I think he's with Kendall.
Oh yeah, I forgot
He's
about
with
that.
Kendall now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I doesn't feel the strike against Bad.
I forgot about her and like the whole like
Not
in a bad way like that. But I
and with
Yeah.
no, I did too.
Controversial. Was that allowed?
Yeah.
I heard that there is a.
Oh, I heard about that. Yes.
though.
I heard about that. So, I heard it supposedly that once one of the Kardashians gets with like a really successful person, whatever they're in, yeah, they end up going like off the rail, like they end up So Kanye was the last one,
Oh my god.
and
I love that money.
can we what?
Oh, Lamar.
Yeah.
They're on Kardashians, please. Don't
Yeah. Bad Bunny's like.
love him. I'll pray. I'm gonna pray for him.
So that like Sun Diddy is going around now. Black magic.
A moment for silence.
But they were saying that this one isn't gonna work because it's a Jenner. But they said because she's still associated to the Kardashians that it wouldn't happen
He's
to him.
getting sued for $40 million.
yeah.
So we're gonna get back to that. Yes.
Listen, he can get sued all he wants as long as he doesn't stop producing music that we love. Bad Bunny don't do it. Yeah.
Don't you do it?
Yeah.
It's just like going back to that. So the reason why we're asking or bringing this up is because as a recording artist, do you think she deserves a cut of like, the money made off those songs because he featured her voice? Like coming from a professional like recording artist standpoint.
So this is a very controversial topic, if I'm going to say the least, because it depends. Like, did she know the track was coming out?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it like illegal to record somebody without them knowing?
But I mean, I feel
No.
at the same time, it's kind of like
Unless he left your voicemail, then is it my property? It's on my phone.
You know what it is? It's when it comes to recordings and stuff like that, when you're in like a public setting, you have no expectation of privacy, So that it's going to come down to, well, was it?
Respect, though.
Yeah. Well, it comes down to one, is there some sort of legal binding document?
True.
If there wasn't in the past, like, did you okay it? And all of a sudden now you're not okaying it. Like
He's been out for a bit.
they've been out for a while.
it's just 17, I believe, is
Yeah.
Going on, but also he probably calculated his losses, man. Like, you got to think about how much money he's really in. I'm pretty sure he has a 90-10 contract. Does anybody know?
what is it?
I heard about that. It's like 90% of their
90-10 contract. 90% of whatever this man is making is going
goes
into
to him.
pocket.
Yeah, I heard about that.
10%.
He's the only person.
To everybody else.
I did
that is
about that.
He's the only person to ever do that, right? I've heard or one of.
But that's the only person I've ever heard of.
Right. I remember hearing that earlier this year, or maybe last year, when I don't know, it was like a whole. I forgot how I heard about it, but I wrote it here.
40 mil loss to him, maybe. That might be like $40. Like, he's had like a $20 loss to my pocket.
Yeah.
Harry, so bonito ka rin the chest pay. Bonito, be.
You got bigger and better things to worry about, and not for nothing, like, even if it's just a percentage thing, I mean, give her like a little 1%.
A little 1%.
I thought 1% on a million.
Yeah.
1% on a million.
That's a lot.
You can come me 1% on a million.
Seriously, I'll be son for life.
So I mean, I guess like I said, it depends on the circumstances, but I do believe that everybody should be respected. You know, even if you did me dirty, there's no reason to be messy.
Yeah.
You feel me? So it's just kind of like that also reflects on your image, like
Yeah.
how far will you go? I mean, even Drake said it the other day in an interview. He's like, I probably regret a couple things, but really what he regrets is mentioning all these women's names in his songs, because he said he never made up a single woman in his lifetime of making songs, never made up a single name.
But they're all real.
All real. And sometimes the women would be like, yo, like,
You're putting me on
the lie. That is my life right now. Like, you're harming me.
Yeah.
And you got to think about, detrimentally what that's doing to somebody. And when you're that high up and you're moving that fast pace and everything's going so quick, you probably don't have time to worry about anybody else except for your art and what's being pushed.
Right.
And also at that point, it's like, how far will you go?
That's
true. What you want.
Yeah, because it's like the more you're out there and the longer you're producing music and putting stuff into the world, like I'd imagine, like, yeah, we've got like creativity and imagination and all that stuff in our minds.
You could have somebody reenact it.
Right.
Not even just use her raw vocals, so nobody got to know, like, but at this point in time, like I said, people just be throwing people out under the book.
Yeah.
All we gotta do is pray for Benito.
I know.
We love you a lot.
Hi, Benito.
So let's wrap this up. But before we go, can we get some vocals? Share a song.
That was like waiting.
I mean, we're gonna tune into that after.
Oh, we got something. We got
This-
something.
The
I'm surprised too.
Me never plenty of little
Ooh.
a little something.
Okay.
suti.
Something.
But thank you, Naya. I honestly, this conversation today was so great, and I'm like, it inspired me so much. I feel like it just made us a lot closer.
Vanelli's gonna be on stage with her TikToks.
Look, she got her Selena shirt, got stuff. Like, I don't have any dancers, but you guys can learn.
I'm not really coordinated, but like if you give me some time,
I'll be in there looking fine. Yo, we're in Colombia when we filmed for Mojada. I mean, we literally found random girls.
oh, that's awesome.
So
I mean, I'm gonna say, let's shout myself out. I was featured in a Queen video, and not.
but it was a pleasure. Thank you guys for having me. I honestly want to come back. Oh, Zaddy.
We love you. Yeah, we'll have you back.
Boss to come back and just talk.
Yeah.
Boss.
Yeah.
So now, before we go, where can we find your music? Spotify, Apple Music.
You guys can find me on every streaming platform possible, even if you live in Africa. No, literally anywhere. Thank you to TuneCore. TuneCore definitely distributes my stuff to every platform that comes out and everything there. But you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music. You can follow me on Instagram at Nyah'Zo. Very simple. First, last, Nyah'Zo. I'm sure they'll put it like right here, right there. But yeah, follow me. And if you want to know what's coming in the future, I definitely suggest follow me. I mean, I follow you guys. I'll follow you back.
I like that. A lot of artists won't follow back, but
It is what it is. That ratio definitely counts. But if you're doing something worthwhile and, not just a stalker, I'll follow you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.
Of course.
we loved having you.
All right, and for our audience and anyone's watching, we're going to cheers, like, comment, and subscribe.
Cheers.
Cheers. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hey there, Tings. So we're introducing for the first time ever a live performance from the one and only Nyah'Zo. So I want you guys all to give it up for live performance from my girl, Nyah'Zo. Let's go.
I wanna fly, fly, fly away with you. I wanna fly high, higher than the moon. I wanna fly, fly, fly body like diamonds, a heart made of gold. Your love got me tripping, your love, you make me wanna fly, fly, fly away with you. I wanna fly high, higher than the moon. I wanna fly, fly, fly away with you. I wanna fly higher than the moon.
I want to say a special thank you to all the Tings tonight that invited me out here and allowed me to perform on this platform. Definitely stay tuned. They have so much more coming. Thanks.